Hello everyone and welcome to a video that I thought would be fun to do with you all. Since I need to unpack anyways, why not unpack while also packing on some makeup? Yeah? I did one of these what's in my travel makeup bag videos probably, what was it, like a year ago for my different cousins. I have many cousins, like many of us do, but I had done I believe, what's in my travel makeup bag. It was probably also a get ready with me, some type of video. And I don't think I've done one since then, so I figure I should probably do one. I was going to do this before I left, and then I didn't have time because I was stressed out, and then I blew out my back because when I get stressed, it all just goes straight to the lower back, and then it pinches off my nerves, and then I have a hard time moving. It's really fun and makes me a lot less stressed out. It's just... the body is incredible at coming up with these solutions with how to become less stressed. I'm sorry, I have a lot of feelings. But anyways, I've also got a lot of makeup. So I've got my makeup in one bag, I've got my brushes in the other, and like I said, while I unpack all of this stuff, I figure I can put it on my face since I have to film some other videos anyways. So for my brush roll, I just used this one from Real Techniques. This came in a holiday kit, I believe, that I had gotten from iHerb a while back. I think this was like a Christmas bundle or something, and it came with the Bold Metals brushes. I think it came with 3 of them. But I love this brush roll. It's really nice. It's like a soft material, and it's got I think it's supposed to be like a faux snake skin print to it, and then it's just got a little bungee cord, and you unroll it, and ta-da! It's a brush roll! Wow! As you can see, I have got a blush, contour highlight, powder brush here, and then under the flap, I've just got some eye brushes, which I didn't use all of them, but I figure I should at least have them just in case. I'd rather have too many than not enough. And then I also did bring my Real Techniques sponge with me, but that didn't fit anywhere, so I just brought that in a baggie. So this sack here, this was a Christmas gift, and it is from Les Sport Sac, and they did a collaboration with Rifle Paper Co. I love their designs, their patterns. My aunt had gotten this for me for Christmas a few years ago, and I love it. It fits just the right amount of makeup, at least for me. So I think, yes, the bigger side we will unzip. And this is where the majority of my stuff was homed. So let's see, of course I've got all the products that I don't use first on my face on the top. That is so convenient, said me. Not right now, except I actually did say that. I'm in a mood, you guys. I am in a mood. So I'm just gonna pull out my base products here, and then we will repack that. Okay, so I have already washed and moisturized my face. So basically the wetting, I'm just gonna zoom you in a little bit here. Oh, you guys, I just tried out a face mask. I already posted the video and everything, and oh, that little bugger. So yeah, I've already washed and moisturized, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on primer. The primer that I did bring with me is the Benefit Porefessional. Now, if you are new to my channel, I have very oily skin, but I also have very sensitive skin. And while this product works really, really well for me, my skin doesn't like it much if I wear it a lot. So I have found out that I can use this on special occasions, and then I won't have to deal with breakouts. Because I mean, I really didn't have any breakouts because of this when I only wore it the one day for the wedding. Basically just concentrate this in my problem areas where I tend to get the oiliest, which is, I mean, essentially my whole face. But, you know, I like to concentrate it in the middle because that is where I get oily, and then also that is where my pores are the most noticeable, the biggest, whatever you are going to want to say. Oh, I can feel more coming from that mask. So this was a bad idea to film this after I used that mask. I'm just going to have horrendous skin. Yay! Guys, I'm going through it. I'm going through it right now, the first world problems. So yeah, there is the Porefessional. You know, it just, I think like everyone knows about this product. Fills in the pores, keeps my skin looking decently matte, and just makes my makeup last so well, especially through the heat, which was especially needed because the wedding was in California. so it was hot. I mean, it was actually really nice because it's like Californian heat, at least where we were. It's not a wet heat like we get here in Minnesota, so it doesn't feel like you're going swimming every time you step outside into the heat. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still hot. I think it was like 80 something, maybe like 82 tops, maybe 85 tops. It certainly was not in the 90s, which is what we had been having here in Minnesota. And anyways, so it was a nice change to have that kind of heat. I mean, to be outside when it's in the 70s and not feel like I'm gonna die. By the way, so I'm doing my under eyes now, my concealer. I go in with my Benefit Fake Up and just apply that into the inner corners, keeping things moisturized, and then I go in with the NARS Soft Matte Concealer and I just get a little bit on my finger and I use that to blend it out. Also give the coverage that I would like. But yeah, it was just a nice change. I mean, I totally understand. I feel like when people watch my videos and I'm like, oh my god, it's in the 70s, I'm dying, it's so hot, people are like, you're such a baby. And it's like, well, I can understand if you've only known like Californian heat, at least what I experienced in California, where it's not a humid heat. Yeah, I would be being a baby if I was saying it was so hot, but Minnesota heat is very, very different, as I would assume it would be in some places down south like Florida and Louisiana and stuff. I hear it's very humid there as well, but either way, it was a nice change of pace anyways from what we've been experiencing here in Minnesota. And then I brought my Tarte Shape Tape, my lovely Shape Tape. It just works so well, especially here in the summer. Gives nice full coverage, which I didn't need a ton of while I was there. I just kind of needed it for this spot on my nose and the spot under my eye and then whatever healing scars I had going on at the moment, but just dot that on and then we'll go ahead and blend it out. I just use my finger because I mean, it works just fine for me. And I remember YouTubers always used to say to do concealer with your fingers because it like warms it up and this and that. And nowadays I feel like people are like, Cassie, why do you use your finger to do concealer? And I'm like, I don't know, you guys. Things change, I guess. And this is just a habit that that's stuck with me. But yeah, this concealer really does. It just like melts into the skin, blends beautifully, covers beautifully, and it lasts, which is very important for the summer. Yay, looking better already. And then the foundation that I brought is the Bobbi Brown foundation that I feel like I've been using the past couple months here. I just love this stuff, you guys. It just looks so natural on the skin. It looks so beautiful. It does so well with the Porefessional. And I also appreciate that it's got sunscreen in it. And I know it's probably just a placebo, but the fact that it smells like sunscreen makes me feel like it's especially working as sunscreen. So I just kind of dab this on, and you kind of have to work slightly quickly with this foundation. I feel like it does dry down a bit quicker than others, but I just go ahead and blend this out with the flat side of my Real Technique sponge. And I know a lot of people ask me too, like, why do I do concealer before foundation? I think it is a thing, again, where it's how I learned how to do it, and so it's just a habit that's stuck. But also, I personally feel like it blends everything together better, since concealers, at least the ones that I use, the ones under my eye, tend to be lighter than my skin, you know, to give that brightening effect. And then this just helps to meld it with the actual color of my skin, or something that is closer to the color of my skin. This foundation might be a little pale on me now that I have been to California. I definitely got some color out there. I just think it looks the most natural and nice. I mean, you guys can do whatever steps and orders that you want to do things in, whatever works best for you. There you go. So if you're not happy with your current way that your products are wearing or looking on your skin, yeah, try out something new, why not? So, base is done, and then the powder that I've been using lately is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Airbrushed Silk blah 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 blah. Not only did I bring this because I like it, but I also liked it because I could tuck this in my purse and use the little poof that it comes with and everything. Use that for later in the day when I needed touch-ups. My goodness, I've never had that much trouble pulling that stuff out of there before. But you can see I have hit pan, which isn't that big of a deal with a sample powder. I don't know, maybe. It's been a while since I've hit pan on any product, so it just makes me feel good seeing that pan there. But the brush that I've been using with it is the e.l.f. 103 brush. I always have this stuff listed down below, so even though I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, it will be down there. I will figure it out, but I just kind of pat this into my face quite liberally, and it just really I mean, can you see a difference from this side to the other? It just, oh, it's so nice. I love this powder so, so much. Super lightweight. I'm so glad I got this in my Sephora play to try out. Ah, lovely base. Okay, so then moving on into cheek products, the ones that I brought are right here and right here. I brought my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and then I just use that with a BH Cosmetics brush, and I just lightly tap and swirl in there. Usually smell it because I think it smells good, and then I go ahead and I put it under my cheekbones. Oh, there is debate about where I put my bronzer slash contour. I find right there where there's that shadow, that's my cheekbone, or like the bottom of it, you know what I mean, going into my jaw. And then I just floof it in there and exaggerate that shadow. Some people think you put it higher, some people think you put it lower. Again, you guys do your makeup the way that it makes you feel good. I think that's what's most important. So see that little shadow right there? I just use that as my guide. I just dust that in. And I brought my Resi Anastasia highlight because it's beautiful. And I have been using it a lot as of late. And I just use this multitask cheek brush from Real Techniques, and I just kind of smush it into one of the crevices there, and then I rub my finger in the crevice and I put that where I'm thinking I want the highlight to go, and then I blend it out with the brush. And this highlight is blinding, but like in the most gorgeous way. This is one of those highlights where it's like, I understand why people go overboard. I have gone overboard with it, and it's because it's beautiful, and you're like, I just want more though. Oh, it's so nice. And repeat the process on my other side. This is like a sparkly highlight though, so if you're not into that, you're not gonna like this. And it is certainly a blingy highlight. You can get it to kind of look natural, but not the most. Not the most. And then also with whatever I have left on my finger, I've kind of been digging the tip of the nose highlight. I just kind of dab that on and bibbity boop. It's just a little tiny thing, but it makes me feel cute. I don't know. Oh, there have been so many spiders in my apartment. By so many, I've found like 2 this summer. So it's not like I'm infested. I just, ugh. If anything, I get more scared for my cats. I think that they're gonna eat the spider, and then it's gonna be a poisonous spider, and then my cat's gonna die. That would be very sad to me. But I feel like they see them like on the walls, and they're like, ooh, new toy. No, that's a living being. But anyways, so the blush that I brought a little mini blush from NARS. This is the Deep Throat blush. This is such a pretty color, especially in the summer, because I feel like it's light. It's still impactful, but it's light, so that, you know, because during the summer, hot enough as it is, I've got a natural blush going on. But this just, you know, it adds a little something without being overpowering once my hotness comes through. You get what I'm saying? Plus NARS blushes, they just last really, really well on me. And ta-da! There is the base. Oh, foot. I didn't know my foot had fallen asleep. Okay, then there it is. It got lost in the fold. So the last things in here, or at least on that side, I've got my primer base for my lids, got some brow stuff and a liner, and then on this little zippy side, I just keep, you know, cotton pads and cotton balls and stuff in there, and then also my mascaras. I also brought my boy brow because I wasn't sure if I would want to use this or the L'Oreal. I ended up using the L'Oreal, but then also my eyeshadow primer. So, prime my eyelids. I am one of the sad souls out there with oily skin, oily eyelids, which means I can't just use like a primer pot. I have to use an eyeshadow primer plus a cream pot base thing, whatever. If you aren't as unlucky, you can skip a step. I, however, I cannot. Well, I can, but it would mean my eyeshadow is going to crease and look awful. So while I let that kind of set, I have been using this product from L'Oreal. This is the Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. I think I have the shade, yep, Brunette. And then I just use the side with the pencil. And I've been using this just in the front portion of my brow where it's a little bit more sparse. Just giving that a little bit of a boost, especially on this side, because I had a zit right in here and then it ended up like, I don't know that it's scarred, but I feel like it made it so that my brow hairs are not growing back in right there, so it's been nice filling that in, or at least I've been enjoying filling that in. And then, like I said, I've just been using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set thing to then fill in my brows even more. And this is like a gel fiber type thing, so it does help to kind of, I don't know that I would say it gives your brows length, but you know, it helps to fill them in a bit better than a non-fibrous gel. There we go, we have some nice filled in brows. Or at least that's the hope. Today I think they look fine, and then I look back at pictures and I'm like, what was I thinking? But that's kind of makeup as a whole, isn't it? So long as you feel good today, that's what matters, right? So this one is from Revlon, this cream base. I believe this one is called Creme Brulee, and it's just a nice champagne-y kind of a color. It's actually very, very similar to the Anastasia highlight that I was using. And I kind of concentrate that on the middle / inside part of my lid, and then I smoosh out whatever I have left. And by smoosh, I mean fade. And then you're probably thinking, Cassie, are you gonna put on any eyeshadow? You brought all those brushes. Yes, but the eyeshadow palette didn't fit in the bag, and apparently I already put that away. Alright, I got it. So I had brought my Found eyeshadow palette, the 10 Nude. And I just did a fairly simple, basic look with this. So I took a fluffy brush and I dipped that in the matte, lighter brown in the palette. I just used this in the crease, focusing on the outside portion and then sweeping whatever's left towards the inside. I feel like you guys have seen me do this type of a look a million times, but if you want to be a little more zoomed in to see what I'm doing better, there you go. And then with a bit denser of a crease brush, I go in with the matte dark brown in the palette, just very lightly, making sure to tap that off. And then I kind of stamp this on the outer portion of the lid and then also drag that through the outer portion of the crease. And then I use the previous fluffy brush to just super lightly, like maybe 2 little taps into the light brown again, and then I use that to blend out that darker brown and then also just bring the colors up a little bit for a little bit more drama, but just a little bit. We don't want too much drama at a wedding. Weddings are supposed to be happy. And I just go in with a flat shader brush, and I used this nice kind of a light pink shell, whatever, I think it's called shell. Seashell, excuse me. And I put this on over where we had concentrated that Revlon cream shadow. I just kind of blend this out, not going all the way to the outside of the lid, but just kind of on that inner half and then blending whatever was left towards the outside, but not on the outside. And then with a different flat shader brush, I mean it's the same brand and everything, but this is a different one, I went ahead and I tap into this kind of metallic gray. It's not really metallic, but I don't really know what else to call it. It's not really a satin, it's not really a metallic. It just is what it is, and I use this on the outer portion where we didn't put that seashell color. So I just kind of put this on maybe the outer third, I guess, and then blend it towards the inner half. Just gives a little bit of smoke, a little bit of definition, and just, you know, blends things together. And then with another flat shader, I go in with the matte cream color up top, and I use this to highlight underneath the brow and blend that in to the top portion of the crease color. And then I also do the same thing with a little detail brush in that matte color in my inner corners. And ta-da! Eyeshadow is complete. Then I brought my favorite liquid liner, the Tom Ford liner. Give that a good little shake. And then I line my eyes. Ta-da! I just love how matte and black and easy to apply that liner is. It is fabulous. It is one of the few, I feel like, high-end products that is actually worth paying a high-end price for. And then I'm just gonna go in and do my mascara. Ta-da! Yay, papers. And then I just go in with setting spray. Hose my face down with that. Ugh, was one of my eyes not closed all the way? I feel like I sprayed that into my eye. And then the lipstick that I brought was a gift for one of you all. Die! Technically, so was this eyeliner. But this was the lip product I brought with me from Burberry. This is Fawn, right? Yes, number 5. It's just a nice neutral, so I didn't have to, you know, worry or fuss with it too much. And ta-da! Yay! I don't know, I feel like this kind of a look is good for a wedding, you know? It's neutral, but it's amped up, you know? It looks like you put effort in. I just think it's like a naturally beautiful, glowing type of a wedding look. Yes, and it's great for summer because all of these products, at least on my skin, last very, 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 very well. Especially if you're going to an outdoor summer wedding like I did. So there you go, you guys. Voila! There is how I did my face makeup for my cousin's wedding this past weekend in California. I hope you enjoyed seeing, you know, how I put on my makeup and also just some of my favorite products for heat and possible tears and just for lasting through a good amount of time in the heat and everything on my oily skin. If you did enjoy this video, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!